Hello.
Yeah, hi Sergey.
Yeah. Hello, Kamlesh. Hello, everyone. Apologies for being a little late. I was using different link which was in my calendar. So yeah, technical issues on my end.
Oh, okay, so no worries. I think welcome. I think we are recording this session, so
Yeah.
also YouTube Live. So welcome to Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust India chapter. This is the I think first meetup of the year, and we have Sergey, who is the chief scientist at the Waterfall protocol, and Waterfall is one of the Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust lab project. So in Hyperledger, we have multiple projects, and we are also one lab section where we kind of onboard the good, interesting projects or good, innovative projects, and we found the Waterfall is one of them. So, so let's hear from the Sergey, like what is Waterfall, how it is kind of coming in the Electricity ecosystem, and what it give to the community, and what is all about. So yeah, Sergey, over to you.
Yeah, sounds great. I will start sharing the screen and I will start running the presentation.
Yeah, and I
So,
will make you co-host as well. So you could, Julian, you need to make him co-host. You know, or can you share directly screen or not?
yeah, I can share. 1 second.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fine. Otherwise, Julian, make him co-host.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think yeah. Now you should see it. And yeah,
Yeah, we can
no.
see it.
Yeah. So let's show. So basically, yes, my name is Sergey Gribnyak. I'm the head of research of Waterfall Network. Waterfall started from my PhD research. I have almost 20 years in software development and computer science. I used to be advising Ukrainian government on the implementation of the innovation strategy for the country, and in particular, I was contributing to the strategy which was released last in December of 2023. I also hold multiple positions at IEEE and also contribute to the to Linux Foundation Distributed Trust. Also, I was a technical co-founder of the project, which was acquired by one of the top 10 banks, which is Capital One. Top 10 banks here in US, which was a fintech, but not blockchain. So, what is Waterfall? So Waterfall is, this is very important slide. Yeah, feel free to review it on the recording. And then, yeah, basically, let's proceed to the next phase. Second. So yeah, what is Waterfall? Waterfall is we can say next generation smart contract platform. It is based on directed acyclic graphs, and directed acyclic implementation of the directed acyclic graphs allows us to have parallelism on the multiple levels. So currently it is parallelism in terms of the block creation. And on the later stages, we are going to work on the parallel processing and parallel simultaneous state updates. So if we can say that earlier version of different distributed ledgers, and they were called themselves a world computer, but with kind of linear time complexity, it was, we can say like single core world computer. We are the transition from single core to multi-core. And basically people may ask, so what is this? Is this a scalability, only scalability? Some of us recall the time when then there was core Kudu, then there were multi. It was this whole multitude of applications which had a transformative influence on our lives. And yeah, this is why we are working on Waterfall, and we believe that it has a bright future in the current landscape. So,
I get the motherfucking landlord calling on me. I get the motherfucking property manager, the fucking volume and shit. You know what I mean? You know, nigga, I get like niggas are beating down my motherfucking door and shit, ready to fucking arrest my ass. But
Julian, can you okay? Just let me. Okay.
you know what I mean? I gotta sit back. Like,
yeah, continue, Sabi. I muted him.
no. Yeah, thanks.
because dog, I ain't some close motherfucker. I'm all for playing loud ass motherfucking music, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah. So actually, I removed him from the meeting. I think he's interested.
Yeah. Well, that's good. By the way, he entered the waiting room. So
yeah. So
anyway,
I put him in the waiting room. So don't worry.
yeah. So what makes what are the key features of Waterfall? So first, we have very high level of scalability, and scalability kind of doesn't need to be explained, right? But yeah, obviously for mass adoption, the technologies should be able to scale and to accommodate a lot of transactions and process them. Also, decentralization. Decentralization often is a topic of discussions, and in many ways, and I will go to it later. Some projects are saying, yeah, decentralization is not that important. It should be there, but let's not care that much about it. And I will later explain. Later I will show some examples of this. But let me put it this way: if the consensus of the network is initially kind of designed to be like semi-centralized, right? It is very hard to actually adopt it for the use cases where decentralization is important, because we can say that there are cases where decentralization is important and where decentralization is not important. So technologies which are claiming that which are suggesting that decentralization is not important, is not that important, mostly fit only for one category, for the use cases and there is wide variety of these use cases, so don't get me wrong. But when we go to the cases where high decentralization is important, this is where the advantage of Waterfall, because Waterfall can work in both cases, where decentralization is not that important and where high decentralization is very important. So low node requirements. Currently, you are able to run the node with 2-core CPU, 4 gigabytes of RAM, which is actually pretty competitive, and I will tell later about it. And also we have the mechanisms which allows to preserve the low level of fees, because we are able to scale further and to kind of increase the number, increase the capacity of, increase the amount of transactions which is able to be processed at the same time, and this allows to keep fees low even when the load of the network grows. So yeah, now next one. So yeah, basically recently we have conducted the test of the mainnet. There will be one more, and we expect better performance. But we shall see what will happen. But yeah, we are optimistic in our expectations. So first, of these 4, test was conducted with ChainSpect. So of these 4 top networks, basically we are the only EVM one. So probably we can say that according to their data, we are the most scalable EVM network. Second, Waterfall is the first EVM network which were able to outperform Solana, because previously it was not happening at all. And by the way, and Aptos as well. Also, our mainnet performance is higher than the testnet. So usually it happens in the reverse direction, and sometimes the results are, can be 10 times more or 10 times less or 100 times less. we actually, the data about it is present on our website, and yes, our mainnet is more performant than our testnet. And we expect this performance to increase further. This is a screenshot of chain spec. So yeah, Waterfall is on the second place on by max recorded TPS. So you are welcome to attend the site and then check yourself. The data is getting updated there. And soon we will be publishing new updates about, soon we will be doing new tests, and we will update you on this matter through our media channels. So also decentralization, and now why we are talking about, that decentralization is not that important. So we see the wide variety of networks which are different, proof of different things. But if we will boil it down, we will see that it is either, in many cases, it is either proof of stake or a form of delegated proof of stake. And when most of these technologies are saying that decentralization is not that important, well, they are saying this because they are designed to not to have high decentralization. In our case, we already on the first months after the launch, so we launched on July the 17th. On August the 17th, we were already in top. We were already in top 3 by the number of validators across all the proof of stake networks. And yeah, and currently this number is more than doubled since that time. So now about node requirements. So for first, here is a comparison of the node of the servers which are required to run of the devices which are required to run the nodes for the networks. So, well, I will not be doing it here, but when I am presenting from the stage, I'm asking, okay, how many of you have this or this or this type of computers or this type of computers in your household? And usually it is good when we are having 1 or 2 hands raised. Here we have, basically, if you bought your laptop 10 or even 15 years ago, chances are that you will be able to run the Waterfall node, and currently you are able to run up to 32 validators using this device. With growth of the network, these requirements are growing, but we are currently working. We know how to overcome this. We think we know that how to overcome this this task, and basically we intend to preserve the node requirements very low and basically there will be papers. We have high confidence that we will be able to preserve it going forward for the cases where it is necessary. Second, basically here is the comparison of Waterfall with other networks by such metrics as scalability, node hardware requirements, decentralization, and EVM compatibility. Again, why EVM compatibility is important? Because still, according to different sources, 80 to 90% of the dApps are EVM. So there are competitors, and we can hear currently, the time is coming for Ethereum killers. But I can say that I'm heavy EVM maxi. We are working in the EVM inspired ecosystems since 2017, and many statements which I hear from some people that EVM is not able to do this, EVM is not able to do that, they are kind of, I think, not that, we disagree with them. And previously, certain level of scalability which we already achieved was considered kind of, nobody have ever done it in the past, so we were the first, and we are still the only such network which were able to outperform Solana by scalability, and this was their key differentiator. So Waterfall testnet was live for more than 2.5 years. There was like this number of validators owned by external parties. 720 validators were owned by community. More than half of the nodes was also owned by community and developers. So we can say that our testnet was from a certain point of view, was controlled actually by community. And yeah, we always were testing it with these slow devices, 2-core CPU, 4 gigabytes of RAM. So all our performance were achieved on these requirements. And if we compare it with popular smartphones, which has like 2 cores, 4 to 8 core CPU, 4 to actually 32 gigabytes of RAM currently, we can say, yeah, that our nodes are multiple times kind of have multiple times lower requirements than the popular smartphones. This is what makes us optimistic to launching the nodes for developers are motivated to adopt what processing will allow Decentralization, working with a virtually unlimited becoming, the more scalable it is becoming. This is this narrative was actually was presented by early DAGs, but no one has, to our best knowledge, has yet achieved this. And we believe that our approach can lead us to achieving this in the future. So very high scalability, this I have said enough about it. And block DAG EVM, there is not as much of them out there, and we are one of these rare cases. So currently, this is the size of our community. This is the number of validators. So if you recall on the previous slide, there were around 7,000. Now it is more than 15,000 and keeps growing. Basically, and yeah, the Waterfall is listed on multiple exchanges, but this is not the part of this presentation. And it has very attractive rewards program. The numbers here used to be like from 200 to 100. Now it is already less than 80%. But still, people who are interested in contributing to the security of the network and believe in the future of Waterfall can join the program and participate and receive rewards in water coins tokens. So there are 3 ways how we can stake it. First, using own computer. Here the problem is here there are 2 issues. First, uptime and internet connection. So basically, computer shouldn't go into the sleep mode, and internet or electricity should not get disconnected. And also, when we are releasing hard forks or soft forks, there is a need to do updates manually. Second is actually the cloud providers. Waterfall was tested with Google, AWS, Hetzner, and DigitalOcean, but others also may work. And they provide you bandwidth and uptime, basically bandwidth, electricity, and everything, but you still will need to manually update your software. Also here we have infrastructure providers, and they actually do everything for you for a reasonable fee, but do your own research. So I can say that I actually am using all of them and happy with this, but definitely recommend to do own research on all of these methods yourself. So there are unique projects. So million validators reaching consensus on the network, and to our best knowledge, none of the networks was ever tested, proof of stake networks was ever tested with this number of validators. And plus, if we will sum up all the validators here, it will be less than 1.5 million. So also Waterfall, people from Waterfall team members are contributing to this standard for the recurring transactions. This is IEEE standard, and basically we yeah, it could be a subject of a separate presentation because it kind of solves like a real problem and actually well, I can talk too much about it. I actually am super excited about this project, and yeah, we probably will make another presentation about it only. And also, yeah, we are a part of Decentralized Trust Labs, as Kamlesh said at the beginning. So this is how our notes were. This is where our notes were located during this test of almost 1.6 million validators. So this is our team. Well, I will not spend too much time talking about them. So Ron Reznik, former executive director of Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. He also had C-level positions at Intel, and you can check his bio and other people's bios on the website. This is Jeff McDonald. He is a former co-founder of NEM. NEM used to be in top 3 or top 4 of CoinMarketCap in 2017. And yeah, it was second largest smart contract platform after Ethereum. So we can think that, yeah, Jeff was a co-founder of Solana of 2017, 2018. Michael Turpin is quite known person. He has a lot of achievements, and basically you can read his bio on the website. And Richard Wang, he is a venture capitalist from Rapid Dragon Fund. He also has quite a significant background in the digital asset space since 2015, so which is already 10 years. And yeah, I am proud to be part of this team, and you can find their bios on the website. And also we are missing here Kamlesh, who is also helping us in different directions. And I need to update this presentation because in multiple ways it wasn't updated properly. So here is our research team. Most of us are PhDs or master's degrees in computer science with previous relevant experience in crypto space. And yeah, we have a long vision, and we are excited and enthusiastic to make Waterfall a success story and to move the industry to achieve some new benchmarks by combining scalability and decentralization. This is it. Thank you so much for listening to me, and I will be happy to address your questions. You can reach out to me directly, or you can reach to the info@waterfall.network, and the question will be transferred to me. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. I think you can ask the question here itself if you have. We can take few questions and then we can wrap up.
Sure. Happy to do this.
Any question from anyone? You raise your hand. Oh, so there's one question, I think. What is that? Can you ask him about tokenomics and its inflation? How it will be protected? Okay, there's a couple of questions around the tokenomics, I think.
Yeah, so I will send the link where this is described. So you can see the rewards being high right now, and it can make the impression that we have that Waterfall has very high inflation, which is incorrect. Here is the modeling, and basically the rewards are quickly decreasing. So the more validators are joining, the faster they are decreasing. And by the way, let me share the screen one more time. So here is the tokenomics page, and basically here you can see how the rewards are decreasing with the amount of stake and number of validators joining the network. So I will send the link to the network, but in any scenario, the tokenomics is designed. So in any scenario, the fees are not going to be more than 10%, and realistic expectations are actually for them to be around between 7 and 8%. And for example, for the reference Solana, they have started with 7.5% annual inflation rate. So basically we are not different than many popular protocols. I hope it is the question, and I am sending the link to the chat. One second. Yeah. Any other questions?
Okay. So, okay, so there is no question.
Well, users can always ask questions later on after we publish it on YouTube on any other platform. You can ask your questions there, or you can ask questions in our community channels, and we are always there and happy to address.
Yeah. So, yeah, Sam. I think you want to ask question. Okay. You can unmute yourself, or should I? Yeah, you can ask. I unmuted you.
So, Waterfall currently, speaking of the smart contracts, Waterfall supports the same functionality as Ethereum virtual machine. So basically the same smart contracts, and with involvement of AI, you are able to create on Ethereum, you are able to create on Waterfall. Waterfall currently is in the progress of, well, I haven't said it as a part of the presentation. We are currently, soon there will be report on the ecosystem, because Waterfall also has already partially deployed and soon will be fully functional ecosystem of the dApps, and currently our team is collaborating with multiple development groups who are doing this. And one of these groups is working on the AI angle of the applications of Waterfall. And there will be announcements soon about this. For example, you should know that I haven't said much about ecosystem. Well, actually, I haven't said anything about ecosystem except of staking infrastructure providers and other. But fact that I haven't said that doesn't mean that we don't have it. We actually have it, and it will soon be presented. We are working on this very actively.
Okay. There is one question from Sam as well, like how secure the smart contract on Waterfall? Is it made up from the scratch by you guys, or it is just copied from the ETH and Cosmos? But I think like a smart contract layer is similar to the EVM and Cosmos layer, or is it built something scratch in the Waterfall?
Yeah, we use actual EVM. So I mean, it's not some sort of emulation, etc. So we can call it EVM identical or EVM native. So basically, people can copy and paste smart contracts, and they will work exactly the same on Waterfall.
Okay. And there is a how do I obtain a water to stake at validation?
So, well, the easiest way is to go to one of the exchanges which I have shown on the screen, and basically, moment. And yeah, you can get it from there. Be aware that there are regional restrictions, and yeah, please follow them. 1 second, I think I missed it. So yeah, currently there are these two exchanges, but the association is working on increase of the number of them. Yeah, and thank you for this question.
And so I think it's an open source, right? So anyone can take the code from the lab and can build. So there's a question around, can someone fork Waterfall if they want to? So yeah, it's open source.
Yeah, it is open source, and documentation has been uploaded to Linux Foundation Decentralized Trust Labs, so you can find it there, and you can join, by the way, development efforts. So we are happy to, we are planning to decentralize it going forward.
Okay. Any more question from anyone?
Well, I think there are no questions. If there are any,
The security of DAG, how does it work?
so there are. Well, this is a good question. We actually were presenting our papers on this topic, but yeah, generally speaking, there are two types of finalization. There is an optimistic, which is basically similar to how finalization is achieved on Bitcoin. And there is a deterministic, which is actually BFT based. So we have a combination of two, and we probably can say that it brings a decent level of security to the network. And we use a committee-based proof of stake, very similar to the one at Ethereum. So, well, to keep it short, again, there are multiple papers on our website. On the research section, I am sending it to you, so you are able to get yourself familiar on how it works. And feel free to ask us. We also, there are publications of our papers in different research journals. And yeah, they are published here on the website as well. So we're happy to address them. And also, presentations are also present, at least part of them, at the community, and there will be more published soon.
Okay.
Generate, print million water coins, can DAG protect it? So, for somebody to generate, again, with the inflation of 10%, for somebody to generate this amount of coins, it probably it will be very hard. Definitely, it is not impossible for somebody to go and buy and acquire this number of supply. Well, it is a typical proof of stake thing. We basically have 2/3. So consensus is achieved by voting of 2/3 of the validators. We, in that sense, well, it will probably be noticeable for somebody is doing this, and it is more of a general proof of stake question. So there is, in doing that, there are very strong economic disincentives, which were widely discussed and described on this topic. So we are not different in that sense.
Okay, I think there is no question anymore. There's a question I can see like.
Is it possible for you, let's say Lithium is a coin with the new code who uses ASICS to secure their network? Can DAG like Waterfall use their security to make Waterfall more secure? Waterfall is not designed to be a layer 2. So basically, Waterfall relies on its own security without being dependent on some other networks. There are different techniques which can allow to post some snapshots of the state, or do some anchoring, and there are other techniques how networks can be integrated between each other to prevent certain types of attacks. But that's in that sense there are no secret sauce in this direction. So yeah.
Okay.
And this question by itself, we can say that, when you rely by the security on some other network, it doesn't mean that you are making your network more secure. It is probably the opposite. you make your network dependent on some other networks and on their security assumptions. So in our case, have our own independent security makes us more secure from this point of view. We can potentially, again, implement some of these techniques, right, to make it even more secure. But yeah, by the way, we suggest to read the papers and how security is achieved, and there are multiple of those which are describing this topic. And yeah, thank you for all the good questions. So what is the actual purpose of Waterfall? Why new crypto coin in the market? Don't Waterfall has too much competition and competitors? What is the exact purpose of Waterfall that other coins or tech doesn't have? Well, I don't know. Did you see the presentation I was showing? So to address this question, we probably should again go to the presentation, get to the comparison tables, where first we have become the at least first EVM network to be able to outperform these very known projects, and this is one of the currently, according to this data, the most scalable EVM network out there. It is still the same like this, and this is just the beginning. We believe that we will be pushing it forward. We have very highly decentralized consensus, which makes us different, and node requirements are currently very low. So why we are doing this? Well, because this is the next step in the development of the industry, and it allows us to push borders of what was possible further. So you can potentially ask the same question to any other developer: why is it you are doing what you are doing and not doing, for example, something else? Because we think it is important, and we think that for mass adoption, we do need to have these features, and we are planning to further expand the capabilities of the technology. And as I said, potentially achieving the narrative to be true when the scalability and decentralization are, the more decentralized technology is becoming, the more scalable it is becoming. Again, this is still in work in progress mode, and we will report when it is ready. But yes, we are actively working on this, and we so far are not aware of of something which can prevent us from doing that. And yes, to our best knowledge, no other technology can say the same. So if you plan to add a new contract to solve a solution, can you build it on Waterfall in the future? Like every crypto devs, users dream it is not to use ETH at all. But we are forced to use ETH due to its big market cap of developers and development. Any plans of this? Well, you definitely are able to deploy smart contracts on Waterfall, and not in the future. You can do it now, and you are able to do it for quite some time already. As I said, we will be presenting separately ecosystems. So there are multiple development groups which are already deploying the dApps, and we invite you as a developer, and we invite also the community as a users for these dApps. Because yes, the adoption of the technology is the joint effort, and basically we all should, if we are believers that this is important and we need to do this, then yeah, we invite everyone to contribute in every way you can. It could be helping us building the infrastructure. It can be deployment of the applications to develop ecosystem. But again, I haven't told much about ecosystem, but it doesn't mean that the ecosystem doesn't exist. In February, we will be presenting working projects which you will be able to use already, and some of them are already there and currently being tested by our by our team members. So yeah, you are most welcome to contribute in every way you can, and we are welcoming all the help and all the feedback as well, and we appreciate the questions. Yes, there are plans for hackathons, and we were already in the past part of the hackathons. And one of the hackathon which was taking place here in Puerto Rico, we actually got the absolute maximum teams, like 5 teams from 11 selected Waterfall. And it was absolute maximum because no other technology which was there gathered the same amount of people, same amount of teams selecting it. So yeah, we believe there is a future of Waterfall. We believe there is a need for it, and we receive positive feedback from different levels of users, whether it is single developers, whether it is users, or where we are talking to about enterprise use cases. And we hope we will be able to present developments in this field, as it is also happening. You may not see us that much on the conferences, but it doesn't mean that we are doing nothing. It means that we are very busy, and you will see the results soon. Thank you for your attention. And feel free to join our community. There are a lot of updates published recently, and there are basically, yes, there is a lot of things happening, and soon will be announced.
Okay, so nice.
All right.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Thank you, Sergey, for and I think maybe you can also talk about the our community call soon going to be planned in the eligibility section. So because we have our open source code, we have our open documentation where anybody can build and join and contribute to the this waterfall labs in the eligibility labs project. And soon we are doing some kind of regular weekly or bi-weekly community calls in the LFDT Labs project.
Yeah, definitely. We are doing it bi-weekly, and feel free to join our community and to ask questions, and we are happy to address them on AMA sessions. Also, returning to the question of the security, there was a security audit conducted by Hacking, and the result of it is also present. It is a public information. So, yeah. Videos of the event, you guys go in or let us know in advance so that we can come to you. Of course, yes, of course. We please join our networks, and we always publish the conferences we are attending. And for example, you can meet me. In Denver. I will be there the entire week. And also there will be more events we will be attending going forward, and we always publish it in advance that you can come and see us. And yeah, we are welcoming any in person or virtual interactions. Always happy to address your questions or hear your feedback, or any feedback, and we appreciate the all types of suggestions. I actually am located in the United States, and a big part of our team is located in the United States, who are working on the development, like Ron, Michael Chirpin, Jeff McDonald. So we are in the United States, and Denver is in the United States. So basically, United States is. It's not difficult to find us in the United States. I would say this. Feel free to reach out to us on the social media, and we can schedule the meeting. I will also be in Miami next week. Then I also will go to Washington DC, and then I will be in Orlando, and then back in Puerto Rico, where I reside.
Okay, I think fine. Then I think we can
Yeah, well, please, we are here. So yes, feel free to reach out and see us. Again, I'm traveling quite a lot in the US. It's not difficult to find the time and place where we can meet. And again, come to Denver. I will be there the entire week.
Okay, yeah. Thank you, Sergey. I think maybe we can wrap up. There are enough questions we have addressed. And anyway, they can connect us anytime. And
Yeah.
follow. Okay, yeah. So thank you all. Maybe we can stop the recording and we can close it.
Yeah, well, thank you so much for all the good questions. And Kamlesh, thank you so much for hosting and organizing this. And yeah, look forward to more. Feel free to ask any other questions. We are here to help.